Oh no, I'm devastated.
Sean Oakman, Johnny Depp, Jonathan Majors, The Inquisitor, Todd Leo. There are many different examples of men that get falsely accused, and even after the fact that they prove their innocence, their image is still up till this day.
Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again, and today we are taking a look at men standing up to the insanity of feminism. Let's jump into it.
For the first time, possibly in history, women are admitting they want daughters, not sons.
Oh, don't worry. This is certainly going somewhere.
Having a son is seen as an extreme burden to women around the world.
Burdens? Really? And how is raising a son different than raising a daughter?
You are expected to birth them, educate them, and shield them from conditioning from other boys. All this without acknowledgement.
Oh, so some women want acknowledgement for being a good parent? You would think that just being a good parent would be reward enough in itself.
It is crazy how some of these mothers are resenting their own children because they were born males. That's something the child has no control over, but of course they don't care at all.
In fact, that very same son may grow up to take his mother's rights away.
Oh yes, there are a lot of individuals out there that will try to convince some women that they need to be fearful of their own children in the future. But may I be very specific? It's only the boys that they're talking about. They would never mention the girls.
Women globally are reaching a line of contention, refusing to give birth to life that may become a weapon against them, against other women. This is why movements like 4B exist.
Oh, because of ignorance, fear, and bigotry? Got it.
This notion implies that it's totally fair to mistrust your own child simply based on gender, that he's going to just naturally grow up to be a wicked oppressor, which makes no sense at all. But there are women who honestly believe this garbage, and it's actually rather scary.
Women are refusing to birth their own oppressors.
See what I mean?
They are liberating themselves from a life of suffering. Sons are no longer the standard. Daughters are.
I wonder how long it's going to be before boy moms start being harassed for having boys. Oh, wait. In case some of you didn't notice, that's already happening.
She has no idea how deeply disturbed she sounds. She's encouraging the complete demonization of baby boys and preaching the social acceptance of hating your own child if it's a male. Children don't deserve to be treated that way.
One second, feminism is demonizing men for objectifying women, and in the next, it's encouraging girls to sell their body on so that men can objectify them. I mean, which is it? Are you empowered, or are you a victim of oppression? I used to consider myself a feminist until I realized that women were using it as a means to justify going out like this and then complaining about being called hot. Shorty, have you seen your own ass? I swear to God, women are the only ones that can spend 2 hours doing their makeup and picking out an outfit and then still say they don't want to be judged on their appearance. Girl, you literally pulled up your leggings to your third rib and gave yourself the ultimate wedgie. We know you didn't dress like this for you.
Feminism has given a lot of women the delusion that they are somehow empowered victims, and the absurd amount of mental gymnastics they use to pull this off is just unreal. They can't stand the idea that they are not oppressed, but actually the oppressor.
When you look at the actual definition of feminism, all it is supporting women having access to equal rights. I'm not gonna sit here and call myself an anti-feminist as someone who agrees with the core definition of feminism. But the problem is that the word has evolved to mean something very different. It's not just about women's rights anymore, there are other ideological strings attached. A major concept of modern feminism has been encouraging liberation. This was started partly due to the double standard around sexuality for men and women. When a man frequently engages in casual sex, he's considered a stud, but when a girl does it, she's considered a slut. Sexual promiscuity leads to less satisfaction in relationships for both genders. Just because it's more socially acceptable for a guy to have casual doesn't mean women should be trying to match that expectation by normalizing it. Two wrongs don't make a right, and promoting a destructive behavior under the marketable guise of sexual liberation is abhorrent.
That has nothing to do with social constructs and everything to do with biology. Men are not attracted to promiscuous women for anything serious. There are legitimate reasons for why this is the case, but of course nobody seems prepared for that conversation.
It's so interesting how women constantly complain about how shallow and objectifying their relationships with men are, but then promote hookup culture, which directly encourages this exact transactional process. If feminism actually cared about women as much as it claims to, the movement would be encouraging them to be more selective about their partners. It would be educating them about the negative effects of casual sex, since we know that it leads to decreased relationship satisfaction, loneliness, and depression. And look, I know people are going to take this as me trying to tell women how to live. That's not what I'm doing at all. You have all the freedom in the world to live exactly how you please. However, where I do have an issue is when a cultural movement is built on a foundation of lies.
The illusion that feminism paints is that somehow women have no choices as to what they want to do with their lives, that the only option is marriage and kids, but that's rarely the case these days. In many cases, women are free to live their lives as they please, but that doesn't make them immune to the consequences of those choices.
If you're going to have an entire movement, an entire ideology who claims its very goal is to benefit women, then encourage behavior that actually benefits women. At one point, this movement had genuinely pure intentions. It's the reason I have a right to vote and work and be educated. Feminism changed our lives as women for the better. So I'm sorry, but I can't help but feel like now it's doing the complete opposite. It's a common feminist position to be anti-tradwife. They insist that tradwives have some sort of Stockholm syndrome where they've fallen in love with their own oppression, claiming that it perpetuates traditional gender roles which have held women back. But I thought what actual feminism was supposed to be about was supporting women's freedom of choice.
When you take a look at the rampant anti-tradwife movement, the arguments don't stem anywhere close to liberation. When you listen to the rhetoric, it mirrors that of bitter jealousy. The tradwives have something that feminists secretly want but just can't have.
That means supporting them if they choose to climb the corporate ladder and supporting them if they choose to be a housewife. I thought the whole point of feminism was to respect a woman's freedom of choice, even if it's not the choice we would personally make. It was to recognize that there's not a one-size-fits-all lifestyle for women and that they should be able to prioritize what's important to them. Feminism will argue against this by saying that choices don't exist in a vacuum and society impacts your ability to make autonomous decisions, but you can make that exact same argument on the other side too. I could sit here and tell you that your decision to be a feminist is because social media has brainwashed you into believing that women are oppressed. So your choice to be a feminist isn't a real choice at all, but instead a reaction to your cultural environment.
The modern feminist movement wrote themselves the ultimate cop-out by being able to blame society for every single thing that blames them. But if you listen to what they say, they conveniently leave out an actual definition for the term society.
You can run in circles forever trying to make this argument against either side. That's because it's a dumb argument. Women against except in today's terms, it means wet. Modern feminism currently preaching liberation. It may be surprising to learn that at one point it was the complete opposite. In the 1970s, anti-tradwife was a growing part of feminism. And when you think about it, it actually makes perfect sense, because it's consistent with the core values of feminism, to demonize the objectification of women and stop the fetishization of violence against them.
It's weird to see how the spicy content industry has exploded thanks to this warped view. That industry does nothing but destroy women's bodies, minds, and reputations, but because some of them make money, it's seen as the ultimate liberator, which makes absolutely no sense.
Please tell me you guys saw the video of the girl who was super pissed because she went with her boyfriend to his family's house for Christmas and everybody got extravagant gifts except for her. I was cringing the entire video because hear me out. She goes with her boyfriend to his family's house for Christmas. Everybody's getting extravagant gifts. They get to her, she gets some muck slippers and a gas card. I could get how that could maybe kill your vibe. I can see it, but here's where she loses me. She's like, I need to go for a walk. I need to go for a walk. So she goes for a walk to calm herself down. Ma'am, it is not that deep. It is not that deep. You still got something for free. You still got it for free. Why are you mad?
She got mad because she measures the value of everything based on the monetary value of the things that she receives. In short, the more money it's worth, the more she feels loved, and it's come to the point where her value comes with a price tag that's so high it is unobtainable.
She goes for a walk. She calls her mom. She's complaining to her mom about the situation, and then she goes, well, what did you get me for Christmas? What is wrong with you? What the is wrong with you? And the whole time she's telling this story, you can hear her boyfriend like walking around the house doing stuff, and you're sitting there on his family, ungrateful for your muckluck slippers and your gas card. What did you get for them? Not once does she mention what she did for them. So it sounds to me like you probably don't do much, so they didn't return the favor, you weird freak.
It's incredibly tragic how that woman was so selfish that she had no problem shaming not only her boyfriend, but also his family in his presence. And it's videos like this which make men second guess wanting relationships in the first place.
We do need men, though. We do.
We don't need them.
We do.
No, because they're lesbians.
Who do you call to get your car fixed? A man or a woman? Your toilet breaks down. Who do you call? Your power supply. Who runs it? Who runs the infrastructure of society? Men or women?
Oh, at the moment, men, obviously.
Yeah, so you agree that men run the infrastructure, so therefore
at the moment, men run the world.
We need men.
Yeah. On a wider scale, yes. On a wider scale. On a personal scale, no. Because you don't need a man to provide for you.
Right,
you can earn our own wage.
But we need men to run the industries that keep us alive and well.
Not necessarily, no.
So,
because I know female mechanics, engineers, carpenters.
But remember that's exception. Like those industries are like 99% male.
Yeah, but for now.
Right.
for now.
Do you?
And we can change that
We
with
can.
feminism.
But do
We
we?
can
Do
change
we?
that.
But do we want to change that?
The core argument revolving around modern feminism is this idea that men are only good for money, so if women have their own money, they don't need men. Not only is that flawed, it's completely irrational. There's no shame in admitting that we need men to run things.
I found a leaf.
It's beautiful, just like you. Oh, was that? Alright, sorry.
What did he do wrong? The bird test, the leaf test, the olive theory, this theory, that theory. Social media has fried our brains. Social media has convinced young people that if their partner doesn't give an arbitrarily determined, hyper-specific answer to a random test that they saw on social media, that they're not compatible. And the comments are killing me. Oh my god, what did the guy do wrong?
It's all about mind reading. The women who do these kinds of things have this movie script line that men just must magically know how to recite, and if he doesn't, then the moment is ruined. It's main character syndrome magnified to an absurd degree.
What did he do wrong? Now, I don't want to generalize their whole relationship based on one clip. I hope they're happy, and I'll assume they are. But if I was that young man, I would not be happy in that moment. What did he possibly say that warranted such a sigh, such disappointment? I don't understand how we can win at this thing. Do yourself and your relationship the biggest favor and stop letting these online exams and theories and tests determine how you see your partner. There's no psychology behind it.
The worst part is how she made that sigh right in front of him. She destroyed his feelings and humiliated him online, all because she wanted some random test that makes no sense. The guy was set up for failure and then shamed when he ultimately failed.
The most unrealistic, actually, in the last 5 or 6 years have been breadwinner working women who come in and say, I'm done. I cannot do this anymore. He is an albatross around my neck. I am still making all of the pediatrician appointments, hiring the nannies, arranging the play dates, making school lunches, and I'm working. And he's on the couch in his boxers all day, like working on the great American novel. He hasn't done anything. We were both superstars in grad school, and I can't believe this is happening. Get me divorced. And then I said, okay, let's see what that would look like. He's still going to have the kids half the time. He is probably still going to need a nanny, so you're going to still be paying for that. You're probably still going to be arranging everything because that's how you are. You want to do it because you do it better, you think. And you're going to give him half of everything you have. You are going to give him half of your pension, and you're going to be probably paying him spousal and child support. And they are like, wait, what? I'm the woman. And I'm like, I know, but it kind of doesn't matter. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. And then you have people going, oh my God, I can't even believe that this is happening.
Alimony and child support are considered necessary measures for divorce, just so long as those things strictly benefit the wife. But the second that money is going to the ex-husband, for example, all of a sudden it becomes an oppression tool that only exists to oppress women. Funny how that works out, isn't it? Make sure you click on one of the videos on screen now to watch more if you liked today's video. Don't forget to take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.